Welcome to Barca News. It is November 23rd, 2025, and Barcelona will be holding a meeting to determine Pedri's fate. Also, Ibrahim Diarra has undergone surgery, and finally, Cole Palmer is out of the Champions League clash against Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and I'm currently out of home, away from my studio, currently on a work trip out of town. But don't worry, as I always, when I travel, I do make daily live videos like this one. This is not a podcast. I won't be addressing a comment section. This is just to bring you all the Barcelona news while I'm away from my YouTube studio. Anyways, having said all that, let's dive right into the news because, ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday, we witnessed a very historic and special day, which was the return to the Spotify Camp Nou after 2.5 years of being away, more than 900 days of being away from our fortress, our sacred ground. Barcelona were officially back at the Spotify Camp Nou with a limited capacity of 45,000 people, and where Barcelona pulled off a very good victory against Athletic Club de Bilbao 4-0. I did do the post-match live analysis. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. But that's not the news that I'm here to tell you. But the news is that 9 players from the first team made their first debut at the Camp Nou. And some of these names are going to shock you because I'm talking about Fermin Lopez, had never played at the Camp Nou. Pau Cubarsí, never played at the Camp Nou. And I say these are strange things because you think about these players as, starters in the team who've been around for a while, and then you think about it and like, oh crap, they actually never played at the Camp Nou. So I can only imagine how special it was for them. Then we have also players like Dani Olmo, Marc Casado, Marc Bernal, Gerard Martin, Rooney Bardghji. That one, of course, more understandable. He was just signed this past summer. Joan Garcia, same thing. And then we have Dro, who, same thing, he wasn't signed this summer, but he just got promoted. So those names make more sense. But 9 players had never played at the Camp Nou and got to do so this past Saturday, and that is amazing. By the way, Lamine Yamal had only played 8 minutes at the Camp Nou, and it was against Real Betis. So you can technically say that this was Lamine Yamal's debut at the Camp Nou. Maybe, no, I don't know. But 8 minutes only, and now hopefully he'll be able to play for a very, very, very long time at the Camp Nou, where hopefully he will achieve many great things with our team. Now, by the way, the Camp Nou, even though we are back, the club are currently not ruling out having to go back to Montjuic. Not this season. We're good this season. But maybe next season. We don't know, but there might be a chance. Why? Because, right now they're finishing building the third ring with all the third stairs and all the VIP rooms. That's going to be able to be built, no problem, with fans at the stadium. The problem is when they're going to start installing the roof. That Barcelona are not 100% sure whether they might have to step away from the stadium for a period of time while the roof is being built. Again, this is not for sure, but it's also not ruled out. We're going to have to wait and see, but that, of course, is down the road. We still got to finish the third ring, and that can be finished with fans in the stadium. No problem. Now, on to the next bit of news, because speaking of the match against Athletic Club de Bilbao, one player that was not part of the squad list was, of course, Marcus Rashford, who had missed 2 training days. He missed training on Thursday and on Friday, and then he ended up missing the match against Athletic Club de Bilbao. And the reason for that is that he had a fever. So he was not an injury, had nothing to do with any football-related injury. He simply was sick. He had a fever. That's why he missed training, and that's why he missed the match. But Rashford today, as you can see on your screen, was back with the group training with total normalcy, no problem, because, again, this wasn't anything related to football. It was nothing physical, muscular, anything like that. It was simply he was sick. He had a fever. Now he's recovered, so he's back in training. So he should be available for the match against Chelsea, which is right around the corner. Very excited for that match. Of course, it will be a difficult one at Stamford Bridge. Now, speaking of injuries, not that Rashford was injured. Again, he was out due to fever. We do have to talk, of course, about Pedri, because one big question is, will Pedri be available for the Chelsea match? And well, the news is that tomorrow, or technically today, Monday, in Spain, because it's already Monday in Spain, Flick, the physios, the doctors, all the staff are going to meet and discuss Pedri's situation. Now, Pedri was injured and the prognosis was that he will be out for 3 weeks. The 3 weeks have been met, and tomorrow, Flick and the staff, they're going to meet to see whether Pedri is fit enough to be back or not. Because on one hand, again, he's completed the 3 weeks, so maybe he could. But on the other hand, Barcelona do not want to rush Pedri back. They want to take their time with him. So tomorrow, or I guess today, it's already Monday in Spain, we'll find out whether Pedri will be included in the squad list with Chelsea or whether Barcelona will decide to play it safe and maybe wait until the weekend or maybe even next week. Now, I have to say this. I love Pedri. I think he's the best midfielder in the world. I think he's the most important player of our squad. But there's no need to rush it. Let's take our time with him. After all, I think the midfield has been doing a good job these last 2 matches where Pedri wasn't really missed. Again, not because he's bad or anything. Do not misinterpret my words, but because I think, like, for example, Eddie Garcia did a phenomenal job this past weekend. So, and a week before, Frankie de Jong, I think, did a really good job replacing Pedri. So if there's not absolute need, let's take our time with him. But of course, we'll have to wait and see what the meeting is, what the results of the meeting are tomorrow. Now, one player who will not be back anytime soon, unfortunately, is Ibrahim Diarra, the Malian right winger who Barcelona signed as soon as he turned 18 because he was showing a lot of promise. When he first arrived, he had a slow start because he had suffered a knee injury, so he came back out of shape, a little bit overweight. Well, not came back, signed Barcelona, a little bit out of shape, a little bit of overweight, out of competitive rhythm. So it took him some time to get back, to get fit, to get back into competitive rhythm, to adapt to Barcelona. And once he did, he started to show a lot of promise. In fact, he was instrumental in Barca Juvenil A winning the treble. You know, they won the Youth Champions League, the Youth Copa del Rey, their own league group. And then that, of course, prompted Hansi Flick to call him up to the preseason because he wanted to see what this youngster had in store. Unfortunately, he got injured during the preseason. He didn't travel to Asia with the team. He recovered a few weeks ago. He got re-injured again. And now he has officially underwent a surgery for a muscle tear in his right thigh. And now Ibrahim Diarra will be out for 5 months. So huge blow to the player, huge blow to Belletti, who was counting on Ibrahim Diarra in the Barca Athletic, and also a blow to Hansi Flick, who was really eager to try out Ibrahim Diarra and see what he had in store. But we wish, of course, Ibrahim Diarra a speedy and healthy recovery, and may he return better and stronger, and hopefully one day he'll get his chance or his crack at the first team. Now, speaking of injuries, we do have an injury boost for Barcelona. As you know, Barcelona is set to play against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on is it Tuesday? Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. I think it's tomorrow, the 25th. And while it's been officially confirmed by Chelsea that Cole Palmer will miss that match, it looks like Cole Palmer has broken a toe at home. I think he hit a piece of furniture, something like stubbed his toe and broke it. So he will miss the match against Barcelona. This, of course, is a boost for Barcelona because Cole Palmer is an excellent player, excellent midfielder. Like I've always said, I'd rather have two teams with their starting 11 because at the end of the day, football is an entertainment and you want to see the best 11 versus the best 11. So I usually don't like this kind of news, but it is a boost. So take it as it is because Cole Palmer will not be present at the Champions League match against Barcelona. Anyways, finally, the last bit of news we're going to discuss is in regards to Boateng, the man that was retired by Lionel Messi after Messi broke Boateng's hips in that Champions League match against Bayern Munich. Now, you might have seen this picture that you're seeing on your screen right now of Boateng saying hello to Lewandowski at the Ciudad Esportiva during a training session. And the news is Boateng was not there just for a visit. In fact, Boateng is going to be at Ciudad Esportiva for 10 days because now that he has officially retired from football, he retired from football, I think, back in August or September. He wants to now be a coach, so he's going to be spending some time at the Ciudad Esportiva, just observing Flick and his staff, how they coach, how they go about their business. Because again, Boateng has aspirations to be a coach, and well, who better to learn from than Hansi Flick, one of the best coaches in the world, and of course the former coach of Boateng at Bayern Munich. Now, this has caused some controversy in Germany because Boateng has, I think he was accused of domestic violence against his girlfriend or something like that. And in Germany, they're like, oh, Barcelona, they're supposedly their values, blah blah. How are they going to accept someone like that? I don't know. You tell me, what do you think about that down below in the comment section? Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did go live a few moments ago, and I'm going live again after this one. So 3 videos back to back. Make sure you watch them all. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, bis